Hello friends, thanks for stopping by. If you were to run into me out in public, anywhere, this is how you would see me, with a mask over my face. The mask might be blue, the mask might be white, or it might be black, like today. But you will see me with a mask on my face. And I will tell you, during this whole pandemic, I have missed more than anything seeing people smile and wearing lipstick. So when this collaboration was offered, I said, oh yes, I'm in the mood to buy some lipsticks. So this is a collaboration with Nordstrom, and I did purchase some lipsticks. And I will say that everything I will be using on my face will be listed and linked below and can be purchased from Nordstrom. So let's go ahead and remove the mask. I even find wearing my earrings difficult during this time. They get caught. How about you guys? Are you tired of this? I mean, I know we're all tired of it, and I know that this is a very touchy subject, but I miss seeing people's smiles, and I miss wearing lipstick. So I thought, I know this is going to end sooner or later, so I'm going to have a brand new couple of lipsticks to enjoy. So I'm going to get started. I already did my eyebrows because I can't see. Anastasia Brow Wiz and Brow Gel. Everything will be listed and linked below as mentioned. I'm just going to add a little bit of primer to my T-zone area and try not to take off my eyebrows. This is where I find I need it the most. And then I just take the excess and work it onto the whole face. So let's start the chit chat. I'm going to talk about weird things, of course, but I was grocery shopping the other day, and I really take a lot of time to pick out my pears because I cannot stand buying pears that are split because they start to bruise right away and then they start to leak. I don't like to buy bruised apples because they get mushy and mealy. So I really take a lot of time. I'm using the NARS Sheer Glow. I really take a lot of time to select my apples and my pears. So when I go to the checkout, I place them gently on the belt. I have a huge pet peeve. And if you are a cashier, I know you are not doing this because I think, now, if I was a cashier, and I was a cashier in my young days, I don't remember if I was thoughtful. So maybe it's not something that you think about when you're working. You just want to, I know they want them to scan so many items in so many minutes or whatever. But it is a huge pet peeve of mine when they just toss them down the belt and you hear them hitting each other, and then they just drop them in the bag and they hit the belt again. I have to refrain from scolding them. It's really, it makes me so mad, especially if you're buying Honeycrisp apples. They are expensive. But I realized the other day how much of a pet peeve that is of mine. I know I'm not alone. Share down in the comments if that's a pet peeve of yours. Another pet peeve of mine, while we're talking about pet peeves, I cannot stand when someone takes a can of soda or pop and they only drink half of it. I have a family full of those, Ashley being one of them, and my sister being one of them. They and all of their kids do it. They'll take a can of pop, we call it pop, but I know a lot of people call it soda. They will take a can, drink a few swigs, leave it, and then get thirsty again and go and open a new one. That's a pet peeve of mine. Drink the can. And if you can't drink the whole thing in one sitting, put it back in the refrigerator. A pet peeve of mine, friends. I know. The little things. Anyway, we took the dogs to the dog park the other day, and they had a ball. We feel really bad because Harley doesn't get a lot of exercise, so Lou said, why don't we take him to the dog park? And we've been to a couple here in Florida, and there's been a lot of poop laying around, which you can't have when you have a poop eater. And Harley, I haven't noticed her eating strange dog's poop, but she will eat her own. She hasn't done it since we've been here in Florida because we really, she's never outside by herself. In Buffalo, they had an electric fence and they had a huge yard, and we were surrounded by really dense woods. So they never really, you know, they didn't need me because it wasn't a crocodile trying to climb up the rocks to get them. I took a picture. I can't find it on my phone, but one day, you know, they were down there and they were really, really intrigued. So I stepped over and there it was. A crocodile had its head up on the rocks sniffing. I know. It wasn't going to get my girls. No way. But anyway, they did come and take him out of the, from behind because he was 8 feet. And they don't allow the 8-footers. This is a beautiful foundation. I forget how much I love it until I use it again. So anyway, we took them to the dog park, and when we walked in, they were like, oh, more golden doodles, 4 just left. And usually Harley and Lula are snobs. They only play with the doodles. Well, it was so much fun to watch them, especially Harley. She was just going crazy, playing with all the dogs. Lula was playing with all of the dogs. And Harley was running so hard, she all of a sudden just plopped down, laid down on the ground. And it was so, I said, oh my God, I felt so bad for her, but yet I was so happy for her because she doesn't get a lot of exercise that way. So we are going to, and this dog park did not have a lot of poop. And they do close it down on Wednesdays to clean. So like I'm filming today on Wednesday, so it's closed. So of course, you know, I'll play outside with them a lot. But it was really a nice dog park. There were some people that were ignoring their dogs pooping, but, you know, and I think that's really bad. Why is it? I have a question for you little dog owners, and I know none of you are doing this, but what is it about people who own small dogs, and I've seen it right here in our community, what is it about them that they don't feel they need to clean up a little poop? Poop is poop. And if you have a dog that you're walking, and especially if you're elderly and they smell it, they pull you, they jerk you to go and smell that. And if you live in a community, you have landscapers coming in and cleaning. Why would you leave that for a landscaper to step in? They are human beings as well. And I don't think they really appreciate it. Or people will clean up the poop, but they leave the bags on the sidewalk. Take the poop home and put it in your trash can. I mean, it really baffles me. And they have sent out newsletters about this, so I'm not the only person that really has an issue with it. But yeah, it's just, come on now, people. You have to be responsible. So if you own a small dog and you do this, just tell me why you do it. And what is your reasoning for doing it, truly? I mean, sometimes people forget bags, which I also find that to be kind of odd, because if you own a dog, you know you need a bag. Some communities, like the community my brother and Ashley live in over in Boca, they have dog stations and they have the poop bags right there. So there's no, I'm trying the Laura Mercier underneath my eyes again. I find that I love the Charlotte Tilbury powder, but I find that it has a little bit of a glow, and because my eyes are hollowing out so bad and then that fat pocket shows a little bit more, it's actually accentuating. It has been a love of mine for a very long time, but I'm just checking this out today to see if this is a little bit better for me. I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury all over my face, but I wanted to try that out. So anyway, getting back to the poop. Why do little dog owners, and I'm not saying all, please don't hear me wrong. I know there are so many responsible, good dog owners, all sizes, that they clean up. And I'm not saying that only little dog owners allow their dogs to poop. Big dog owners do too, and that's even worse because you can't say you can't see it. It's there, baby. So I just think as dog owners, you know, in New York State, it's the law. You have to clean up your dog's poop. I don't know in Florida if it is the law. If you're a Floridian, please let me know. I suppose I could go online and find that out. But it's the law. Clean up your dog poop and carry your own bag home. It's just really, it's inconsiderate to the people who live in your neighborhood. It's inconsiderate to anybody, delivery people. You know, they're not thinking about dog poop when they're delivering things. They're just thinking about, oh, I got to get this delivery. So, you know, I just think we should all, as dog owners, be considerate. I mean, I don't even leave dog poop out in the yard. As soon as they poop, we clean it up. That's just how we are. Now, back in Buffalo, they would sneak a few logs out on us. And so I would walk around at the end of the day with our shovel, and I would pick up all the poop. I know that Michelle knows what I'm talking about from Makeup MLC, because in the winter months, it's kind of hard to do that. And come spring, when that snow melts, you see all their little landmines, all their little bombs they have left for you all winter long. That was the only time that we didn't clean up, because it's kind of hard, because it's warm coming out. It's melting the snow going down. Who would have thunk I'd be on YouTube talking about my dog poop today? Anyway, what else can I talk to you about? Finally went and had, this might not be a, I'm going to do a lot of complaining in this video, I think. Anyway, I finally went and had my mammogram. And I have to tell you, it was kind of a shock to me, because it's very different from New York. In New York, and especially if you live in Buffalo, you know, Winsong Radiology is just an unbelievable facility. They specialize in breast, and it's just really an amazing facility. It is run so well. The doctors, the radiologists are all fabulous. It's a humongous facility. They do more than just breast. They do every kind of imaging that you may need. Anyway, I have been going there since I was 37, so I'm very used to it. They were very, very thorough with me, because I have very dense breast tissue, and I also have breast cancer in my family, and there's a lot of cancer in my family, but my sister had breast cancer, and she had it when she was 37, and then she got it again. I don't remember the second age, but she did get it again. I forget how much I love this Anastasia bronzer, Rosewood. Oh, love it. Very pretty. Anyway, so I went to Regional. That's here in Florida. That's who I've heard people talk about. And my one sister did live down here for a while, and that's where she went. So I went, and I had a script for a mammogram and a bilateral, both breast ultrasound. And they've been doing those on me for the longest time, because they are very dense, and I've had a couple of spots that they've had to do biopsies on. Anyway, long story short, I did go into the facility. There's nothing wrong with the staff at all. They just do things very differently. And after she did my mammogram, and she only took a front and a side picture. Now, I'm used to them doing about 4 or 5 different on each boob. So that was really interesting to me. And at Winsong, they really get you in there, and they really take it down. I mean, like pancake you. And they didn't here. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, there was no discomfort at all. I'm usually red after it. There was no redness. There was really no squeezing. I could have just pulled back, and my breast would have come right out of the machine. That was a little bit of that was different for me. So then she said to me, I was supposed to go right for my ultrasound after, and she said, well, the radiologist will determine whether you really need that or not. And I looked at her and I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, he'll decide whether you get it or not. I said, well, I paid for it when I came in. I scheduled for it. I paid for it when I came in. And I have a script from my doctor. She wants the ultrasound done on me. She said, well, if you insist, they'll do it, but the radiologist is going to make that decision. So then I said, okay. So I go and I sit down, and the girl comes out, a different girl now, and she takes me back in to have the ultrasound, and she said, we're only going to do first she said, we have an issue with people from New York, because in New York, they do their mammograms totally different. They do all the way around, and they also do the same with ultrasounds, and they take more pictures and this and that. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's good. When you're high risk for cancer, why wouldn't you? I mean, that's good to me. So she said to me, well, she said, here our radiologist determines. Now, you did say you're having some issues on the left breast. You're feeling some pain in certain areas. So he said, I will do a limited ultrasound just in that area. So they wouldn't even do the whole boob. And I said, okay. I said, she said, but we don't normally. I said, okay, I can go someplace else. And she was like, well, no, he said I'm very capable of doing this. I said, I'm not questioning your capabilities. You're telling me that the radiologist doesn't want to do it on me. So, you know, I'm not one to just let them tell me what to do. I'm not start arguing with them, but I have been dealing with these my whole life. And since I've been 37, I know the routine. I mean, so anyway, long story short, she ended up doing it just on that area. And then I didn't even get to see the radiologist. Now I realize with COVID, they've kind of changed things, but she said to me, he's with another patient. He will be with you in just a moment. And then she came back in and she handed me my papers and she said, all right, she said, we credited you back for the other, because it's per boob that you pay for an ultrasound. And she said, we credited you back for the one. And here's your paper, and it will be sent to your doctors. And I said, well, am I okay? I mean, she said, yes, it's all right there. I mean, I've never, ever. I mean, in Winsong, before COVID hit, you sat and waited for the radiologist. They brought you in. They sat you in front of your baseline, very first one, and then maybe a couple of other years, and they showed you everything that was going on. And I always knew areas that they wanted me to keep an eye on and stuff like that. And I was just blown away, blown away. So needless to say, I come home. Now remember, Lou is a urologist. I said, first I texted him from there. I said, don't text me back because I'm sitting. I said, but this is very frustrating. I was frustrated. I was upset because I wanted peace of mind. And I feel that we deserve peace of mind. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to it. So I get home, and of course I'm telling Lou all about it. And I said, and what was I paying for? Our insurance isn't even. I mean, it didn't. Usually I have a copay, and that's it. No, this one it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And he said, well, I'll call and I'll check on that. So he called them because I was too upset to do it. And then I told him, and I said, when you ordered imaging for your patients, did the radiologist get to say, no, you don't need that? Or do they do them? Well, back in New York, they did them. Now, I don't know. Maybe some doctors here in Florida, they order too many tests to make money. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of crooked things going on down here. I'm not really complaining about the system because I don't know enough about it. I'm just complaining about my experience. It was very upsetting to me. And I said to Lou, this is the first time I have walked out of having my mammogram and I have not felt secure in the results. I just haven't. So then I said, while I was there, I forgot this part of it. I said, I want my images sent to Winsong Radiology in New York so I can get a second opinion on the reading. And she said, okay, well, we don't do that. She said, we'll give you a CD, a disc, and you mail it. And I said, okay, whatever. And so she gave me the disc, and I said to her, now because this was another thing. I had called midweek and said, I just want to make sure that you got all of my records from Winsong. Lady on the phone said, oh yes, we received all of your imaging from your very first baseline and out. I said, okay, great. And, she was very nice on the phone and everything. So then I get there and the girl's doing my mammogram and she says, well, this is going to be an inconclusive test because we don't have any of your results from previous years. And I said, what do you mean you don't have them? I said, I specifically called here end of last week to make sure so that I could get on it if you didn't have them. She said, well, we don't have them. I don't know why they told you that on the phone. I was like, whew, this is just not my day here. So I said, okay. I said, well, since this is inconclusive, I said, will the radiologist then compare today's reading to my past? And she said, if you want us to do that, we can, but that's going to take some nudging on your part. You're going to have to call, and it may take you a few calls to get it done. So I will say, overall, my experience there was horrible. Just horrible. So, you know, I told her, I said, I don't mean to, you know, be short with you or anything like that. I said, it's just been really a little upsetting for me. And she goes, I totally understand. She said, we have a lot of problems with people that come from New York. And I just think that, okay, if states do things differently, that's okay. But when you call on the phone and you make an appointment for something, I think she should have said to me, well, we're not going to make you an appointment for the ultrasound because our radiologist decides whether you need that or something. Don't let somebody walk in there thinking that they're going to get what they made their appointments for. Let's get on to happier things. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Well, the house in Buffalo, we have several people interested in it. One couple that looked at it yesterday, they're relocating from California. So they looked at it yesterday and they really, really loved it. What else? We've had a couple of, well, we've had one sports figure. He was looking at it. He wanted to buy it for his mother, but his wife didn't care for it. But I don't know, you know, the Buffalo Bills are doing really, really well. So maybe he just doesn't have time to convince his wife that it's the right house. I don't know. So we're just waiting to see what happens. If we do sell it right now, it actually means that we have to go back there sooner rather than later, because we do have plans to go back if the house doesn't sell, June and July, so I can get my hair cut, highlighted, and I can go to the people that I have grown to love over half of my life. I said to Lou, I'm going to just wander the aisles of Wegmans. I don't even care if I need to buy anything. I am going to just wander around in Wegmans because I miss Wegmans so much. Oh, just so much. I cannot tell you how much I miss it. So, now that I've complained, it's so easy for me to sit here and talk to you guys because it's like you're all my girlfriends. I feel like you're back there saying, oh yeah, it's happened to me. Or like, oh no, I've never had anything like that happen. Just gonna put a little more shadow here. And a little bit more here. So I think I mentioned this, maybe not. That might have been in a different video I was doing, but it's a little bit chilly here. 55. I know. But it's I am now a Floridian. I'll probably be dragging out of Parker soon. Okay, so I'm just going to take a pencil and I'm going to tight line under my lashes. Close to my lashes. I'm actually brushing right up against my lashes. And this is just going to give a little bit of definition. I got a little wonky right here, so I'm just going to rub that down a little bit. And now I'll do the other eye. Okay, so I added a little bit of liner. That just helps to give a little bit of definition. And now I am going to put some mascara on. So I'll probably go off camera to do my mascara and I will be right back. I'm going to curl my lashes with the Shiseido Lash Curler and I am using the NARS Climax Extreme. So I will be right back, my friends. I'm back, put my mascara on. I did run just a little bit of shadow underneath the eyes. I think you need a little bit. I don't like to wear mascara because I think it kind of drags my eyes down at this age. But I do like to put a little something underneath. And so I used a MAC lip liner brick, and I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these lipsticks on. I bought 3, and they're all from NARS. And I like this formula because it's very creamy, but yet it gives a lot of coverage, pigmented. And I did get a gift with purchase here when I ordered it, and I just ordered these. So I got a sample of the Climax mascara, which I do like. I think if you don't like super clumpy like I have on here, I like a little bit of clump to my mascara. I like bulky lashes versus really long lashes. That's just my preference. So you might like this better than the Extreme if you are somebody who likes them a little bit more spidery. And then there's 3 other samples in here, and one is a high pigment long wear eyeliner, and I'm sure it's in black. It is. I wish they'd send it in brown, but anyway, a little bit of a eyeliner there, and then a satin lip pencil, and the color is Rick Coogan. It's a satin lip pencil, and this one here is a smudge-proof eyeshadow base. So that was a nice little surprise. It was probably in my cart, but I didn't even notice it when I checked out. All right, so I'm going to put on the Claudette lipstick because I know I love this one. Actually, Ashley purchased it. She was looking for a really nice warm red, and she purchased this one, and I wanted to remember so I could get it. Now, these are in a special tube. I think they're really, really pretty. This one has hearts all over it, and it says NARS across here, black tube, and has a bunch of pretty little hearts all over it. It's really pretty. And the color, now I know it's going to be too much for some of you, but you know, I'm crazy and I love it. It's really a beautiful shade. It's a warm red. Let me put it on for you, my friends. It's gorgeous. This lip liner is not the perfect shade for it, but it's the best I could do right now. Such good coverage with this lipstick. Really beautiful. Oh, and the next one is called Lea, L-E-A, and its tube has stars all over it. Really cute. Really cute. I think this one is more brick. Yes, this is a brickier brown. Probably not the best shade for summer, but for fall. But too bad it's winter and we can't wear it because of our mask. But there is this one. I'm going to go ahead and swipe this on my hand for you. This one is a brickier tone, but I'm going to tell you, it has a little, just a hint of mauve undertone to it. And there's that. It doesn't look like it on camera, but it really kind of does. And if I were going to wear a lip liner, I would probably wear Chicory from MAC with this one. There is the lip liner. So if you love this color and you'll need a lip liner, I would go with Chicory. Really pretty. It's a pretty, pretty color. All right, so the next one, I think this one might be a new. This is Augustine. And when I put it in my cart, I thought it looks like it's a little too much mauve to it, and I think it is, but many of you are going to love it. All right, so this is Augustine. And let me go ahead and swatch this for you. Yeah, this has a little bit of mauve undertone to it. This tube is really pretty, though. It has little butterflies all over it. Really cute. Pretty. And here is the shade. A little bit too much mauve for me, but I think many of you would like it. And if I were going to wear a liner with this, I probably would do Ideal from Lancome with it. And that would be that liner with it. That's Ideal from Lancome. Nice. Great, great formula. It's very, very, it just feels good on the lips. I like that. They also, I believe, make this in matte as well. But you know, I love me some glossy looking lipsticks. I like the satin finish for myself. Let's see. All right, my friends, this is it. I'm going to let you go. I love these lipsticks. I think eventually these will go by the wayside and we will all be able to enjoy smiles again and wear a full face of makeup with beautiful lip colors. All right, thank you to Nordstrom for collaborating with me once again. You know I love shopping at Nordstrom. Let me know in the comments if you are ready for lipstick or lip gloss or whatever, my friends. What have you been missing during this time? Hugs from your family? Socializing? Me too, my friends. Me too. All right, my friends, I'm going to let you go. Go out in the world and be lovable. Bisous. I love you all.